Parliamentary General Election 2020. Announcement of results on Nomination Day. Electoral Division of MacPherson. Tin Pei Ling of the People's Action Party and Goh Meng Seng of the People's Power Party are the candidates who have been nominated for the Electoral Division of MacPherson. Under Section 34 of the Parliamentary Elections Act, the election must be adjourned for a poll to be taken. The returning officer has directed that the poll be conducted in Singapore on the 10th of July, 2020.
Dearest voters of MacPherson, I have served steadfastly for you in Parliament and in MacPherson, caring for you and rejuvenating our estate, our home. This election is about your lives, your jobs, your future, and about who has the best ability to help you through this difficult time. Please let me serve you. At MacPherson, I care. Please vote for me, Tin Pei Ling. 亲爱的麦波森选民，我在过去的10年里，一直的不懈的为您在国会里发声，争取你的利益，为你在麦波森区里为你服务。我希望可以继续的为你服务。这次大选是有关你的工作、你的生命，还有你的未来。请让我继续与你同行，请支持我，投票给我陈佩玲。谢谢大家。
亲爱的麦波森选民，我是吴明胜。这一次此次到来竞选，我看到很多贫穷、老屋，还有很多问题在你的区域。这不单是麦波森的问题，麦波森是最老的一个地区，所以我希望你能把我选进国会。把这个国家的议题跑下来，我们所面对的不只是房屋问题，还有退休金的问题、公积金的问题，这都是跟全国有关联的。MacPherson voters, you can get all you want from PAP and the PA, but you must remember who can represent you, your interests in CPF, HDB, and healthcare policies in the debates. Thank you.
Parliamentary General Election 2020. Announcement of results on Nomination Day. Electoral Division of Mountbatten. Lim Piao Chuan of the People's Action Party and Sivakumaran Chelapa of the People's Voice are the candidates who have been nominated for the Electoral Division of Mountbatten. Under Section 34 of the Parliamentary Elections Act, the election must be adjourned for a poll to be taken. The returning officer has directed that the poll be conducted in Singapore on the 10th of July, 2020.
Dear residents of Mountbatten, thank you for the privilege of serving you for the past many years. I've been with you since 2006. I want to thank you for allowing me to be part of your family. This coming election is not just about electing an MP. It's also about preparing for the future. COVID-19 has brought a lot of uncertainties in the lives of many of us. Let's vote for someone who can prepare and look after your future. Please vote for the PAP. Please vote for me. 亲爱的蒙巴顿居民，多谢多年的支持，为你服务真的是我的荣幸。我希望这次大选你可以继续的支持我，请投林谋权，请投人民行动党一票。谢谢大家。
Voters of Mountbatten, fellow Singaporeans, I have now the opportunity to represent you. The parliamentary democracy means people get to represent their interests through the members of parliament to the government, not the other way around. For too long, we have seen things happening the other way. Now, let's institute some changes to it. Not only that, beyond COVID, there is a future for the country. Let's work on that too. Thank you.
Parliamentary General Election 2020. Announcement of result on nomination day. Electoral Division of Potong Pasir. Sito Ipin of the People's Action Party and Jose Raymond of the Singapore People's Party are the candidates who have been nominated for the Electoral Division of Potong Pasir. Under Section 34 of the Parliamentary Elections Act, the election must be adjourned for a poll to be taken. The returning officer has directed that the poll be conducted in Singapore on the 10th of July 2020.
My dear Potong Pasir voters, I have spent 20 very happy years serving you. I spent the first 10 years as a fighter, trying very hard to win back the constituency for our residents. I spent the next 10 years building up Potong Pasir, building a better home for our 3 generations of residents. We will surely continue with this momentum. Please vote for me. 亲爱的波东巴西选民，大家好。我未来的目标是要为波东巴西的选民打造一个更有包容性的选区。好让我们3代居民可以享有一个阳光、快乐、健康、幸福、美好的生活。我们的未来就是我们最美好的时光、最美丽的年华。请投我一票。
To my friends and residents of Potong Pasir, 亲爱的 Potong Pasir 的朋友 Salam sejahtera para penduduk Potong Pasir, Wanakkam. Our journey towards a more compassionate, equitable, fairer society begins today. That journey begins with the decisions which we make. For me, it is about the ability to win your hearts and your minds for the people of Potong Pasir with a vision for a town which cares and compassionate. For me, it is going to be a journey to try and win you over, to try to help you to see that there is a better Singapore which we can build together. What is the kind of story you would like to tell your children, and your grandchildren. That journey begins right now. Let's rewrite and create history together right here in Potong Pasir. Thank you very much.
Parliamentary General Election 2020. Announcement of result on nomination day. Electoral Division of Marine Parade. Tan Chuan Jin, Sia Kian Peng, Edwin Tong Chun Fai, Tan Si Leng, and Muhammad Fahmi Aliman of the People's Action Party, and Ron Tan Jin Yen, Yi Jian Zhong, Fadli Fauzi, Azza Latif, and Nathaniel Koh of the Workers' Party are the groups of candidates that have been nominated for the Electoral Division of Marine Parade. Under Section 34 of the Parliamentary Elections Act, the election must be adjourned for a poll to be taken. The returning officer has directed that the poll be conducted in Singapore on the 10th of July 2020.
Let's take off the mask. Selamat siang, salam sejahtera kepada kita semua. 各位选民，大家好. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for all your years of support for all of us here in Marine Parade GRC. It's a tremendous privilege and honor to serve you, our residents. The world is facing a crisis, the likes of which we have not seen for many, many years. We need strong and decisive and effective leadership to see us through. This is our Marine Parade GRC team. Edwin Tong.
Dear voters of Marine Parade GRC, thank you very much for the trust that you've had in this team for the past few years. We do not take your support and confidence for granted, and we know that we have to work to earn your mandate. This team will continue to work hard to deliver on our promises to you, to look after each of you in Marine Parade, and to make Marine Parade a better home for all. 马林白列的选民们，谢谢，请支持我们，请支持人民行动党，请投人民行动党一票，谢谢。Thank you very much.
Dear residents, thank you for your support all these years. In this GE, pick a team that has a track record and can deliver. A team that you can trust and cares for you. Please vote for us. 亲爱的居民，我跟我的同事，我们会尽我们的力量为大家服务。谢谢大家。
Good afternoon， 各位選民、各位鄉親父老，多謝你哋咁多年對伍作棟資政同埋佢嘅團隊嘅支持。我哋會為你哋嘅生命、你哋嘅生活、你哋嘅工作與你哋嘅將來而奮鬥。請盡力支持我哋投 BAB 投人民行動黨一票。多謝晒。
Amin.
Salam sejahtera. Kami di Marine Parade GRC akan terus bekerja keras untuk menjaga pekerjaan dan kesejahteraan penduduk. Kami akan bantu sesiapa untuk mengharungi masa-masa sukar seperti sekarang ini. Bersama-sama kita membina masa depan yang lebih cerah. Kami di Marine Parade GRC amat prihatin.
We are fully committed to serving you, our resident. Please give us your strongest support. Please vote for us. Vote PAP. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
每个政治人物都必须要有责任感，因为政策的改变会影响人民的生活。我们也要照顾到国家长远的未来。各位马林百列集选区的支持者，2015年的大选，您给了工人党大力的支持，我们很感激。这一次的疫情之下的大选会是一场硬战，但我们不会退缩，我们会努力取得突破，夺下马林百列集选区。工人党会在国会里争取您应有的权利，和执政党共同设定治国方针，辩论民生问题，改变您的未来。请投工人党一票，让您的一票成就未来。谢谢。
Segarlah kuntum menanti kembang, nyalakan api azammu kawan, walau dilanda ribut nan kencang, parti pekerja tetap berlawan. Fresh is the bud that waits for the bloom, so light the fires in your will, my friend. The fiercest of storms may gather and loom, but the Workers' Party will fight till the end. Dear voters of Marine Parade, this is our promise to you. No matter the odds, no matter the cost, the Workers' Party stands ready to serve you in Parliament.
Dear voters of Marine Parade GRC, the Workers' Party is back. Over the last 3 general elections, we contested in Juchet, then Marine Parade. Today, we are back with another dedicated team. We have never left. Over the last few years, despite the challenges of not being elected, we continue our work and we have initiated various community initiatives. We are touched by your support and your encouragement. We want to build a better Singapore, a better Marine Parade, together with you, for you, and for your children. We have a dedicated team who can be your voice in Parliament and can run the place well. Vote the Workers' Party. Make your vote count. Thank you.
hear me? Cannot hear me. Should I take it off or? Can you hear me? Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can hear me. The rest can hear me? It will be a bit challenging if I shout, so what should I do? Okay. Is it okay if I take off, or I should put it on or take it off? Take off, okay. Would this be better? Okay, yeah, because they can't hear me, yeah. Okay. Well, over the past 10 years, in fact, even over the past 5 years in my second term, my team and I have worked steadfastly in MacPherson. We have looked into the upgrading and improvement of our environment, our infrastructure. We've pushed for a lot of upgrading programs so that for our residents, whether they are staying at home, whether it's moving around in MacPherson, the community, it is safer and much more accessible. We've also improved the connectivity from point to point, as well as enhanced the transport system together with the agencies giving the feedback, helping to enhance the connectivity from MacPherson to other parts of Singapore. Of course, at the same time, we looked into the welfare and well-being of our residents, young and old, as well as families, especially those from vulnerable backgrounds. We continue to look into the needs of our elders, taking care of their healthcare, supporting them in their financial needs, their overall nutritional well-being, their psychological, their emotional well-being. And this is the same for our lower income families and children as well. Looking ahead, we'll continue to build on these programs as well as push for more improvements and upgrading to enhance our MacPherson environment so that MacPherson will be a vibrant, colourful, safe and accessible home for all. I firmly believe that what differentiates between a place and a home is the people and the community that we have, that sense of community spirit, that sense of togetherness, that sense of care, that 人情味 is something that is unique to us in MacPherson. I want to continue to build on this because I care in MacPherson. It is not just we care, but I care. And I will continue to speak up in Parliament as I had been. And I will continue to fight for the interests of my residents, my voters in MacPherson. Because I care. And I will continue to do my best in MacPherson. During this very difficult period of time, I will be here for our residents in MacPherson. I want to be there with you every step of the way to help you through this difficult time. Because you are like family to me and I care about you.
Articulating for them and caring for them. And I think that's what I want to do, to continue to look after the residents in Mountbatten who have treated me like their family member. And I think it is something that I'm grateful for, that friendship, that relationship with all my residents.
I treat every contest and challenge very seriously. I have respect for him. I will do my utmost to defend my seat in MacPherson because in MacPherson, this is where I have grown up with all the families. This is where I forged bonds with the people of MacPherson. This is where I care, and I will do my very best to defend my seat in MacPherson,
for the
to defend your interests,
issues,
to
we
be
continue
there
to work hard to look after those who are less privileged, those who are lower income. And what we want to do is to make sure that residents who come from less privileged background will be able to start at the same level and they will not be disadvantaged.
在过去的10年里面，我在麦波森和我的团队一直的不懈的服务我们的居民。在国会里面，其实我也非常积极的为我们的居民发声，捍卫他们的利益。其实有关公积金这个问题，我在国会里面也经常有提出这个课题。就比如说这个 MediSave 保健储蓄，其实我也多次在议会里面提出来。
很高兴的，今年的这个财政预算案的时候呢，我再次的针对这个议题，为我们的居民，尤其是我们年长人士发声、发表意见，争取可以在每年的这个保健储蓄可以争取到拿到更多，有助于我们的居民，尤其是我们年长者，在医疗方面能够得到更妥善的照顾。在医疗方面，其实在麦波森区，我们总共有11家 CHAS Clinic。那当然，我在国会里面也一直积极不懈地为我们的居民，尤其是我们的长辈，争取更大的福利，争取更低廉、更能够他们能够支付的这个医药保健这一方面。那当然，除了在国会里面发声，我也相信行动。所以我们在麦波森社区里面，除了在国会发声，也在社区里面特别积极的去筹款、去筹集资源，来建立这个麦波森关怀基金 MacPherson Care Fund。而这个基金呢，就是要为了帮我们的长辈抵消他们在这个日常生活这个医药保健这一方面的这个费用，希望尽我们的力量来能够让他们更安心，更能够得到妥善的医疗保健和照顾。那讲到住屋还有这个环境的问题，那我们也非常的关注。在过去的多年里，我们也是坚持不懈的，每天都在注意，也在推动，希望可以打造一个更清洁、整洁、更安全、更舒适、更有姿彩的这个我们的美好家园。那当然，在过去的很多年里面，我也非常积极的一直在争取、在推动。比如说翻新计划，还有一些设施的改善，希望通过我们的努力，能够改善我们居民的生活素质，让他们每天都能够期待回到麦波森一个美丽温馨的家园。谢谢大家 ，Thank you. Is that all? Good. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Okay. Any question? Well, before I come to MacPherson, of course, I hear a lot of misty feelings about her work, her grassroots, and all that. Well, it's commendable, but we must remember all the work she has done is supported by the People's Association. Anyone that is supported by a People's Association can do the same. That is a fact in Singapore, right? Even if I'm elected, I may not get the support of People's Association. That's a fact. But it's okay. I was listening to Miss Tin was talking about how she have helped the people. Healthcare costs, setting up a fund. Now, in Chinese, we call this 头痛医头，脚痛医脚. The fundamental problem of all these problems in MacPherson, as the oldest estate, with the aging population, and the poorest estate, I would say, comes from the policies of PAP for the past 30 years. The root cause is because of CPF and HDB have inadequate in providing for our aged. PAP have come out with HDB asset enhancement, and they say that your HDB flats will forever increase in value. But is this true in MacPherson? A 3-room flat in MacPherson is selling, have a pricing, but may not have buyer because it's over 40 years old to 55. $200,000. While Geylang East, just next door, next round, is $300,000. And the fact is, even if you want to do a lease buyback for the government will say it's too old. there's very little value. So how have Ms. Tin raised all these problems in Parliament? She is wearing white, and the fact is she cannot criticize such policies. The root cause of all we face in MacPherson will be the problems that all Singaporeans will face in future. I will get old. I will be 70 years old, 80 years old. How am I going to retire if the CPF have been used mainly for HDB flats, which goes into zero value? That is the fundamental problems that MacPherson face and Singapore will face in the future. So while I respect what she have done in MacPherson, but please remember, MacPherson is going to be the showcase of the HDB time bomb for everyone, not only MacPherson. So to make this point straight to the PAP, I hope the MacPherson voters will actually give me the voice, give me the power in Parliament. And I'm not just criticizing. In fact, I have raised how CPF and HDB should be delinked and how restructured financing should be done. What has been done is done, the damage. We have to take care of the elderly in terms of health care. But we look forward to our future. This system cannot go on. We will be all bankrupt if we allow this to go on for another 30 years. That is my proposition to all the voters in MacPherson. 中文。有人要问中文吗？不然我就讲吧。麦波森是新加坡历史悠久的一个地区，比我还要老55年，有一些地方，他所面对的问题是一个典型新加坡的问题。为什么说典型呢？在悠久以来，所有的政策，公积金政策、房屋政策所带来的影响，都显现在麦波森。而这些问题不只是限于麦波森，我们大家都会老的，每一个地区总会有超过40年和50年的经历。当你的主户到了40年、50年，你根本卖不出，为什么？银行不借钱，这是第一。这买主哪里有钱来买？很现实的，我们30岁结婚、生孩子、买房子，我们拿了20年、30年的钱，从 CPF 公积金拿出来还债。但当我们老的时候，50岁，我们哪里有钱啊？公积金是0的，对不对？所以公积金和房屋政策是相连的。为什么我们有这样多老人没有钱过活？在麦波森就是因为这个问题。所以根本上我们不应该头痛医头，脚痛医脚。你越丢钱，问题越严重，因为你没有从根本的政策去看。所以虽然陈佩玲小姐在麦波森做的基层很好，但是我这一把声音是30年磨出来的剑。为什么我说30年？自从我在读经济的时候，我就对这个课题非常敏感。到了我20年前加入反对党的时候，我更是发声，这不是一朝一夕可以去看透一个政策的问题。所以我希望麦波森的选民，你们必须要想清楚，你们不只为自己投票，是为全国投票，因为你们典型的问题将是我们全部新加坡人将会面对的问题。我们必须推动改革，而唯有强而有力的政策辩论，在国会里面才可以使他们苏醒过来。谢谢。Anyone? Anything else? No? Thank you.
don't forget about me. Okay, I am not going to make a speech. I already made my speech. So if you all have questions, feel free. Anybody want to ask you any questions? Okay. The question is, what are our plans for Potong Pasir? From now onwards, we are going to start distributing our Potong Pasir manifesto. This will encompass our 5-year plan for Potong Pasir. This is not my plan. I want to thank all the residents of Potong Pasir, including the residents of Jusing and MacPherson Gardens, whom I have visited since the boundaries were announced, for giving me your feedback on the kind of life, the kind of amenities, the kind of events that you want to see in Potong Pasir. So, okay, I start again. The question was, what are our plans? Okay, okay, I will start again. The question was, what are our plans for Potong Pasir? From today, we will start distributing our 5-year plan for Potong Pasir. It is included in our Potong Pasir manifesto. I want to thank all our Potong Pasir residents for giving me their feedback on this 5-year plan. This is not my plan. This is the plan of the residents of Potong Pasir, including Bidadari and Jusing and MacPherson Gardens, whom I have gone round to visit them. It will all be shown in our manifesto, which we will give it to you later on. Let me say in Mandarin 刚才那个问题就是我们对波东巴西区有什么计划？我们今天将会一家一户的去颁发我们波东巴西的5年计划。我要感谢全部的波东巴西居民，也包括我们的新居民，从 Bidadari、 Jusing 跟 MacPherson Gardens， 因为当我去拜访Potong Pasir 居民的时候，他们向我反映，他们希望在Potong Pasir 区所看到、所需要的一些设备、服务、活动等等。所以我们今天将会去一家一户去分发我们的Potong Pasir 5年计划。I would describe it as this way. I'm now like a student. I'm going to take my examinations. The examiner is the 20,000 voters in Potong Pasir. So this election is a little bit unique because I think one of the assets that we can bring into this election is the 10-year track record that we have. Residents of Potong Pasir can see, can feel what we have done for them. Likewise, for the new residents at Bidadari, at Jusing, and at MacPherson Gardens, we will also make a better home and transform the estate. As for my opponent, I treat every opponent with respect. I don't underestimate anybody. Every opponent is a worthy opponent. But like I said, the decision, how I score in this examination is really up to the 20,000 voters in Potong Pasir. And in this regard, I hope they will give us another opportunity to serve them and to build a better home. 这一次的大选呢，我可以这样形容，我就是好像一个学生去考试，考官呢是Potong Pasir区的2万选民，我们没有临时抱佛脚 ，We don't burn the midnight oil。我们这十多年来都很勤奋、很用心、很努力的去为我们的居民打造一个美好的家园，希望居民以我们这10多年来所做到的事情会满意，也更希望他们对我们的5年计划也非常喜欢。所以在此呢，希望我们的2万选民可以给我们多一个机会，未来5年为他服务，为他打造一个更美好、更阳光、更健康、更有活力的Potong Pasir区。Thank you， 谢谢。
Are we allowed to take up? Are we allowed to take off our masks? Okay. Hi, good afternoon. Yeah.
You guys read Marine Parade in 2015. How will this time be different?
Sorry, I can't hear the question.
You guys ran Marine Parade in 2015 as well.
Yeah.
So what will be different this time around in your strategy?
Well, I think, as you know, that this is unprecedented election during the COVID-19 situation. We are currently in phase 2, so there's still a lot of restrictions around in place, especially with the opening of phase 2 just less than 2 weeks ago. We have to re-strategize our outreach efforts. How are we going to conduct and get our exposure on the ground as well? So as you know now, we have our social media pages up. So if residents keen, they are able to log on online, follow our party's website, Facebook page, Instagram. The fellow members, we all have our Facebook page up, so you can follow our activities as well. So that's one way for residents and our supporters to keep track of how we're progressing in this campaign.
What do you hope to do in Marine Parade?
For Marine Parade. All right, so first thing first, we need to run this election successfully, and if we do get elected, we need to review what's the accounts of the town council, what's happening, what's actually in place for the residents, be it upgrading programs or renewal programs in the neighborhood. So we need to assess those before we can even come in and say, hey, these are our plans. Because without a proper understanding of the assets and the resources we have on hand, if we do win the election, it's hard for us to make any promises. And that's something we are very particular about. We don't make empty promises to residents. And in our journey GRC, that was our experience as well. So when we took over, we had to look at what's available. It took some time, but as you can see, our unit is flourishing. Residents are happy. The estate is clean as well. Even though there's been some hiccups, but right now, our unit is functioning perfectly well. And we believe that with the experiences from our fellow colleagues in the party and the town council as well, if we do win, we do have the know-how to run the town council and make sure that things are truly well for residents of Marine Parade GRC. Well, I don't think an election is dependent on just one person. It's a team effort. If it's one person, then obviously we will be in SMC right now. But it's a GRC. All 5 of us count. So we cannot just take the success or failure of a campaign based on just one person alone. However, I have to add that Mr. Goh Chok Tong has been the pioneer of Marine Parade. He's been around for 30 odd years, 40 years even. Obviously, the connection with residents is very strong. We do experience that when we do our house visits. However, we are sure that with our sincerity and with our efforts, residents can see that we too are able to contribute back to them and make sure that they're well looked after as well.
Kami ada beberapa rancangan. Kami ada beberapa rancangan, tapi kami harap untuk menjana budaya yang lebih berkomuniti lah di daerah Marine Parade. Sebab kami bukan we're not in power. Jadi saya rasa it's not for us to say now. We don't want to give empty promises.
So if that's it, then thank you very much. Well, I think it's in line with the party's belief that there would be a renewal process in place. Mr. Lau has stepped down, Mr. Peng, Mr. Chen Shomel has stepped down as well. So that's part of the plan. We do need to bring new people, new ideas to come in, to try and contribute on what else we can do and how to improve ourselves. We cannot just be stagnant and have the same team in place for a long period of time, because ideas will be exhausted. We need to refresh, renew, so that we can be up to date with residents and with the community as well. All right, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.